Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and EU4 Mare Nostrum playing as Venice. We are just barely getting started. We are currently building up a couple of spy networks, trying to make the Papal State a bit happy. We did manage to create a fairly sizable trade league. We do have Albania. Let's see. No, that's just receiving trade power. Sorry, we have Mantua, Ragusa, Albania, the Knights, and Lucca all working with us right now, which is quite nice. I could, of course, start looking toward, let's say, a bunch of different people in the HRE to join those trade leagues as well. We'd have to defend them from the infighting, which might be a bit much, but, you know, we could try. Let's take a quick look at trade, because this is going to be perhaps our most important map, or at least mechanic in the game, as Venice, because we are a merchant republic. Money matters. Now, we do currently have 52% of control of the Venetian trade node, which is great because Venice is an end trade node, just like Genoa, just like the English Channel. So we want as much money to go here as possible. There's a lot of money to be made. And knowing that that is true, we're going to want to have as much trade power in the downstream nodes that will lead to it. For example, it looks like we already have a merchant in Alexandria who is sending a fair bit of the money up in this general direction, straight into the Venetian trade node, which is good. Actually, it looks like it's going to Ragusa. Is it? No, maybe not. Hang on. This is going to... No, it is going to Venice. Okay, it's bypassing Ragusa entirely, going straight to there. The rest is going to Constantinople, which is a little unfortunate for us. And this money gets to flow into Ragusa, which flows into Venice. So, we do have a trader currently working in Vienne and sending money downstream toward us. It's probably actually okay where everything is right now, if I had to guess. A lot of money is leaving Ragusa and going up north, though, toward Hungary, which I don't like. So, we are going to want to consider expanding our hold of Ragusa one way or another. That's one of the reasons you get to add people like Ragusa and Albania to your trade league, because now we get some of their trade power. On the other hand, I don't get to necessarily kill them yet, but we could always kick them from the trade league later, right? I think so. They are, however, currently being guaranteed by the Ottomans, so I wouldn't have been able to take them quite yet anyway. I might as well get their trade power. Now, as far as Byzantium, you have Athens as your vassal, but beyond that, it doesn't look to me like you have any other allies. This is probably going to be our early game expansion, trying to get into Greece. We probably... Whoa, just bought my mic there. We'll probably want to take all of this if we could, all three. I don't know if we want to take Constantinople. We probably could, and that would be worth an absolute ton if we did. Coastal center of trade, a sound toll, that's a lot of trade power. It's a ton, but I don't know. Constantinople usually is coveted very heavily by the Ottomans. If I had better allies, you know, let's say France, for example, or Castile or Aragon, Poland and Lithuania, if they end up getting that that relationship, I don't know. That would probably be pretty good. We do have the trade dispute cast a spell against Hungary because apparently they are threatening our trade. We actually should consider going ahead and embargoing all of our rivals. What is this? The Dominican Inquisition, when the Pope, with a view to crushing the Albigensian and Patarian heresies, blah blah blah, Dominican Inquisition, the Republic resisted its introduction into Venice. The state charged itself to discover heretics, who when caught were examined by the Patriarch, the Bishop of Castello, or any other Venetian ordinary. Interesting, the arrangement did not satisfy the court of Rome. An inquisitor was appointed by the Pope. This is a historical event, by the way. But he required the Doge's executor before he could act, and a board was created of 3 Venetian nobles to sit as assessors to the Holy Office. Okay, the Inquisition in Venice was certainly no blah 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 blah. So we have Venetians first, Christians second, make the Papal State unhappy with us, but we get better tolerance of heretics, better religious unity, and less yearly papal influence. I do not like that very much. Or we are truly Catholic. We get better relations with the Papal State, which we are currently working toward. Missionary strength, which is useful. Tolerance of heretics is not that relevant. And yearly papal interest. Oh yeah, absolutely we're going to do We Are Truly Catholic. That works very well for us because now we'll be able to convert these a little bit faster. So now we're up to, well, I don't know. It'll be done in 1447, so a couple more years. But that's definitely reduced a lot of time off of those conversions. So we'll be able to get those religious unity naturally and a bit more long-lasting than that particular event, which I like. That is good. It was very good. All right, Poland, apparently... Wait, what was this? They went with a Jagiellonian, so I think they did end up picking up Lithuania, yes? Yes. So Poland and Lithuania already have their partnership. which is quite a powerhouse, so that's going to be fun. Getting Poland as an ally is not usually a bad thing either, if you can. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out for us. Let's go ahead and bump up to speed 4 and start continuing with this. So we are building our spy network a lot faster in Ferrara than we are in Byzantium, and part of that is proximity. Actually, that's the entire reason. It's just proximity right now. But once we get to 10, we would be able to fabricate a claim if we so desire. And I might go to war with them immediately, depending. They are currently a part of the Holy Roman Empire, so maybe, maybe not. It would depend. We probably should improve relations with Austria a little bit. Even if I'm not a very big fan of them, and they're probably not going to be a very big fan of me, it would be good not to encourage their wrath. We'll wait a little while, though. I'm hoping at some point in the near future we'll have the Shadow Kingdom, which means that a lot of the Italian countries will leave the Empire, and then I can take it without worrying about upsetting the Emperor or getting unlawful territory. Will that work for us? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, we already have 10 spy network power in Ferrara. That only took us a few months, so we should be able to fabricate a claim immediately on Ferrara. It'll use up 10 power, and that will work for 25 years for us. So now we have a claim. That's how quick it works. Very simple, very fast-paced. There will be many, many claims in this game, and I should not be surprised if the AI is constantly building spy networks and doing the same thing to me. Let's go ahead and pull our diplomat away from Ferrara because I no longer care, and let's improve relations with Austria for a little while. Muscovy has already declared war on Novgorod. That is no surprise. We did the exact same thing. Literally day one. It was great. It's amazing. We have a spy network working against Byzantium already, so we can probably use this to get a claim. Let's go ahead and get a claim against Athens. Bam. And now we have another claim. See how fast this is going? It's perfect. What's this? We have a core on Albania? I didn't know that. Why do we have a core on Albania? Wait, is Albania protected by anybody? They're warned by the Ottomans. I should probably kill Albania and take it over, shouldn't I? Yeah, probably. That'd be better than having them a part of the trade league. I don't think anyone would care about this. Alright, let's go ahead and pull away from Austria. Can I kick them out of the trade league? What happens? That's it. There are no downsides at all. Well, what do you know? Alright, good. So why don't we go ahead and unmothball, let's say, just the transports, because I think that's all we'll need. Well, let's see. Hang on. Albania, you probably have a few things. You are in the mountains. Conquering Albania could come with some downsides, but we'll see how this works for us. Is Albania an important province? I mean, it does have 10 developments. That's pretty decent. Yeah, I think we will probably try to take Albania. Why not? Alright. Well, why don't we go ahead and raise up our army maintenance in preparation for this. Of course, we'll make a little bit less money, but that's fine. Not a big deal. And we'll probably want to get military access through somebody. I hopefully will be able to engage Albania in, let's say, Ragusa. The grasslands will be far better than fighting them in the mountains. But we want to do this before they get an ally, I think. They have an amazing king, and they also have an amazing general, by the way. Albania starts with arguably the best general in the world, for at least a little while. Let's go ahead and start transferring our troops to Dalmatia. And we'll see if we can't steal a province pretty early in the game. I would like that. We have trade protection against Genoa. Hunt down the privateers that harm your trade. There are privateers in my trade? Yes, sure enough there are. Alright, let's unmothball the galleys. We're probably going to want to do that. Albania has joined... Gosh! Dang it! Alright, well, they joined one. And it is currently only Genoa and Albania. I am totally okay with fighting Genoa. I would love to take their trade power or their money. Weaken my only other Merchant Republic rival in the Mediterranean? That's not a bad deal. I think we could probably beat out both of them, no problem. I'm not sure I want to deal with the, Oh, cool. We have a cardinal. Nice. I'm not sure if we want to worry about, the naval superiority game. How many ships does Genoa have? Let's take a look. Not armies, navies. There we go. Genoa. Genoa has 7 ships. That's their sailors. I was getting confused for a second. That's not their manpower, that's their sailors. They have 7 ships, and I'm pretty sure all 7 of them are currently pirating the Venetian trade node. Well, we certainly are not going to allow that to stand now, are we? Let's go ahead and pull our transports back here. We'll let them all repair for a little bit. Let's pick up a new mission. We can vassalize Mantua, apparently, which actually would not be a terrible thing to do. Improve our prestige? We would need 50, but getting a stability is certainly nice. But vassalizing Mantua, what would that involve? Venetian economic base compared, yeah, it's not quite there, unfortunately. We'd probably have to force vassalize them by declaring war, and they are allied to Milan, so I'm going to go with the improve our prestige mission, and we're going to see what we are able to do with that for a little while. Alright. Good. So, do we want to declare this war? I probably should let my fleet repair for a little bit first. Let's see. These are Genoan ships. 4 of them, it turns out. I want to wait just a couple more months, I think. Just a couple more months, allow my ships to repair. Make sure that our navy is in a good position before we declare this war, because I don't want anyone getting caught out unnecessarily, because that would suck. As long as Albania doesn't get any new allies, which they do not, nobody else has joined the trade league with Genoa. Genoa is, however, allied to France. That's actually something we need to consider. How does this work? So yes, Genoa would... Okay, so it's not the same as co-belligerizing them, as if you attacked, like, the Emperor, for example. Or attacked someone in the HRE, and the Emperor gets to be involved. No, it's just normal alliances. It's a standard defensive pact. Okay, that's not so bad. I think we can handle that. Alright, let's go ahead and pull our navy back to the Gulf of Venice. And get one more repair tick on our fleet. Let's go ahead and declare this war, then, against Albania, I think. We will do a reconquest war. Switzerland will not join. Genoa is obligated to join, but they won't have any more members of their defensive pact, so it's fine. And that is that. Alright, now, can we get some military access from you people, please? I would like to get access from Serbia. Thank you. And how about Ragusa? Can we get it from you? Yes, thank you. Do we have any generals to start us off? We do not. We probably should get a general, shouldn't we? Yes, let's do that. We have a 203. The fire value is practically worthless. The maneuver is okay. I mean, we'll use him, but he's not good. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and get these fleets together. Ragusa has given us our military access, and we want to probably hunt down the Genoese fleet over here, who is currently blockading Corfu. Corfu, I forgot about you. You exist, don't you? Yes, you do. You're a thing. I think we're going to have to jump on Albania in the mountains, which I'm not a fan of, but I think we're going to have to. Now, note, by the way, that the AI for the enemy fleets is a lot smarter. They saw me coming, and they were able to get out of there without much issue, which is kind of nice. We're going to want to keep our fleet close by, though, so we can better siege down Ragusa, I think. I was kind of hoping that Albania would come to meet me somewhere else, but I really don't think that they're going to. So, let's see. Where's the river crossings here? Zeta, Kosovo. Their only province that does not have a river crossing is here with the Ottomans. I don't think the Ottomans would give me military access. No, they would not. We're going to have to accept the mountains and a river crossing, which I do not like. But we're going to do it, because we're going to end this war as quickly as we can. There we go. And stack wipe. That was an amazingly good roll to start us off. Thrilled by that. Absolutely thrilled. Alright, good enough. Let's go ahead and take the light ships. We're going to actually let them continue to protect trade just to make me some money in the Venetian trade node. And I'm not going to break up the fleet yet. We could blockade Genoa by going to this one province. What if I did that? What if I detached this as a blockade and sent my other 11 ships, which is all my transports, actually? So no. What if I took this, and what if I split up the transports and the galleys and sent them all off? Would that work? Let's see. I still have enough of a blockade. Okay, I think I might be able to send one more transport. I can't select it for some reason. There we go. Okay. Create new unit. Let's send you this direction. Let's just get 10 ships together. This should give me a superiority over Genoa, I think. And just to be safe until we know exactly what's going on, let's get our light ships over here as well. We're going to go blockade them, make sure that they can't do anything silly, and we're going to steal a lot of their money as well. Blockades, of course, absolutely suck for merchant republics. That is to be expected. All right, let's get up here. Ansbach has joined the Trade League led by Lübeck. I believe it's pronounced Lübeck. I've heard other people say that that's wrong. It's like Lübeck, something like that. I don't know. It always struck me as a little bit silly. But maybe it is. I don't speak German. All I know is that it is a part of the, whoops, what's this? Oh, where did Genoa's fleet come from? How did they do that? Genoa's fleet somehow snuck out here, and I didn't notice that. Can we get over here in time? I'm not sure. We're losing ships. Let's retreat. We have 17 more ships on the way. We should be able to catch them out, because I don't think they're going to be able to run from me. Trader refuses to serve the Republic. Despite Venice's unquestionable devotion to trade, many of its prominent traders are now claiming that the Serene Doge refuses to listen to them and are putting other interests ahead of those who have made our country rich. So we get an uncompetitive trader in the Vienna trade node for a little while. So we're going to catch out Genoa, I believe. See if we can't sink most of their fleet. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out. I'm not too worried about it. Get the extra ships, get the extra cannons doing their job, and we sunk a good chunk of their fleet. So that is sufficient for now. All right, let's not break up the fleet again. That didn't work out so well. We'll just hold back here for now. Get the extra siege progress against Albania. Is Genoa sending anything against us in Venice? No, they are not. That's good. We are almost at the point where we will have 20... there we go, 20 spy network power. So why don't we go ahead and fabricate some claims against Byzantium. There we go. You do not need a diplomat in order to do these, by the way. As long as you have the spy network power, you can just click the button. No need for a diplomat. It's pretty nice. All right, let's see. So now we have claims against all of southern Greece, which is good. That's probably where we'll want to go to war next and core that. Now, the good thing about taking Albania is because it's already a core, I won't have to spend any power taking them, which I do like. It's very good. It's very good indeed. Genoa. I could get military access through Milan, so once I finish with Albania, I'm probably going to send my troops back home to Venice. And then we'll see if we can't siege down some of Genoa, take their money, even possibly take their trade power. Because that would be hilarious. Oh, by the way, transfer trade power, as far as your peace deals are concerned, no longer take up a relationship slot. So it's still 60 war score in order to do that, but it doesn't cost you nearly as much as it used to, which is quite nice. These guys have decided they want to cause problems over here for some reason. What's this? The vile Barbary pirates of Fezzan have raided the coast of Negroponte. That is a new thing in the game. Barbary nations, that is to say most of northern Africa, Morocco, Tlemcen, Tunis, Fezzan, they all are able to raid the coast. That's a new thing. We probably won't have to deal with that too much, at least I didn't think we would, but you know what? It turns out I'm wrong. We have already been raided, so they're going to go around and just raid and steal as much money as they can. It basically eliminates the loot bar, I think. Yeah, they just drain the loot bar of coastal provinces. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong. All right, there we go. We have got the heretics converted. We even got some extra papal influence. Let's see if we can't convert the last one. Now, this should mean that our religious unity is better. It is. So we will automatically be spending less on rooting out corruption than we were before. Technically, we could go from 0 to 100. You can see here, it doesn't actually change the number, no matter how much extra we're doing. So it's not costing us anything to have it at 100. We're still going to keep it low, though. I would rather manually control rooting out the corruption rather than having to deal with it. But yeah, getting that extra religious unity is going to help, so we'll convert as much as we can there. Notice this, by the way. This is new. Little blockade borders right here. Wherever we have a blockade. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's very, very clear who is being blockaded and where. As opposed to, like, there were these, like, weird little, like, fishnet symbols blocking it right here. It's like, oh, we're blockaded. Well, now we have the awesome borders, so that's the end of that. All right, Albania has been sieged down. We are going to immediately start retreating our troops. Where are you going? You can't cross Hungary, can you? Can you? Wait, do we have military access through Hungary? No, but it would appear that our enemy does. Okie dokie do. Let's go ahead and cancel our military access before I end this video, before I forget. Make sure that we are no longer over that relationship limit. And let us send our troops, or our ships, I should say, to go and blockade Genoa. We will raid their coast and take as much money as we can. And by the way, if you were excited about raiding coasts, don't get too excited. Again, like I wasn't kidding, only Barbary nations will be able to do this. Only them. There are no ideas that can allow, like, let's say a Catholic nation like Castile to raid the coast. It's just not going to happen. Sorry if that's disappointing, but it is what it is. Let us get military access from Milan. And we'll have to call this video here, I believe. Let's make a move on Genoa's capital. I don't think you're going to have very many... Oh, you got 8 troops that are trying to sneak by over here. You're going to Treviso, are you? Well, these are hills, but I think we'll take this fight anyway. And then we'll chase you back down to your capital, unless we stack wipe you, which we won't. That would have been nice, though. Let's go straight to your capital, because I imagine that's where you're going to go. Doop, doop, doop. Catch him, catch him, catch him. Kill him, kill him. And stack wipe. All right, perfect. That war went about as good as it possibly could. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with EU4 Mare Nostrum. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.